Hi, and welcome to another C++ tutorial from Someone9031. In this tutorial, I'll be teaching you about functions in C++. Functions are lines of code grouped together that perform a single action. So up until now, everything we've done has gone into the function called main. So we've been using functions since we started C++, though we might not have known it. So once programs get really big, main gets really cluttered up if we just put everything in main, and then it'll be really hard to read. So that's where functions come in. So we take out chunks of code, we put it into separate functions, and then we can call that function to perform an action. So we start off, let's write a simple program that adds things together. So declare two variables, double input 1 and double input 2. And then we're going to prompt the user for some input. Input into input 1. And then input then to input 2. And then to calculate, we do this, cout, and then the sum of the numbers you have entered is, and then here we put input 1 plus input 2. So that'll output input 1 plus input 2 right after that, and that line. So let's test the program. So enter a number, 3, and then say 6. The sum of the numbers you have entered is 9. 3 plus 6 is 9, so that's good. So we can also do this with a function. So like variables, functions start off with a data type. So this data type tells the compiler what what type of value the function will return. So int main, we have the data type int, and then at the bottom it's return 0. So we've returned a 0, and 0 is an integer. So we're going to want to, because we're working with two double variables, we're going to want to have double, because two doubles added together will still be a double. And then we name it just like a variable, add. And the way we tell a function apart from a variable is by the fact that it always has parentheses following its name. So, and then in here we put parameters. So these are what is passed into the function when it's called. So we're going to have double 1, double 2. So this is what this is going to be adding together. So we just declare these. You can't assign a value because that's not good. And then return, and then 1 plus 2. So this is a very simple function. In like many functions, you can do whatever you want in here because main is just a function. You can do whatever code you want in here. You can declare other functions inside a function. You can call functions. You can make classes. You can make variables. In fact, you can do this with a variable. You can do double sum, and then sum equals 1 plus 2, return sum there. So we've done the exact same thing with a variable. So we've declared a variable called sum of the type double, and then sum equals 1 plus 2, so 1 plus 2, and then we've returned sum back to what called it. So to use this function, we have to call to it, so we call add, and then now we pass in the parameters. So we're going to pass in input 1 and input 2. So basically what this means is we have input 1 in here, so we're passing in the value of input 1. So we're going to send the value of input 1 to this variable 1. We're going to send the value of input 2 to the variable 2. So basically these are just created to pass along variables and values to to work with. So run this program now. Enter number 3, enter number 6. So we've had the exact same result as last time, except this time we've done it with a function. And then this function, there's also, so this function is something that returns a value. You can also have it, like, it doesn't have to return a variable. It can also return the number, like 3, you can return 3. And there's also a type of function that doesn't return anything at all, so we put void. So if we had a void function, so that means no data type, it won't return anything. So that's usually used for like in classes or to print stuff onto screen and stuff. And then there's also another way of declaring functions. If we got rid of that right now, and we just put a semicolon after that, this is now called a function prototype. This is what this tells the compiler that we're going to have a function called add of the type double. It's going to have 2 parameters, 1 and 2 of the type double, but it doesn't actually declare it up there. And then down here, double add double 1 double 2. So this isn't another function. This is just the actual declaration of this function up here. So this just gives like the program more structure, like all the function prototypes are up here, and all the declarations are down here. It's more time, so I don't usually do it this way, but some people do. Return 1 plus 2. There we go. It's the exact same thing as the last time. If we run this, we'll find it's the exact same result. It's just, structured in a different way. The sum of the numbers you have entered is 9. It's just structured another way. Same thing. So that concludes the tutorial. If you like this video, please subscribe. Thanks for watching.